Mad Mark Mania is running wild, and you're tuned in to Mad Mark TV.
Hey, Mad Mark, I understand that we got a question from one of our followers.
That's right, Maynard. Today's question comes to us from OK, and they would like to know, do you own any vinyl records? Yes, I do. This first item is very, very old. This is a 78 RPM vinyl record, one of the first vinyl records from 1952. This is not like a vinyl album. Can you tell the difference? The hole is smaller, and it only has one song on it. It was called a 78 RPM. This happens to be Joe Stafford singing You Belong to Me, and this was my parents' record years ago. I hung on to a few over the years that were from my favorite artists or were just rare or unusual. I kind of like things like that. Here's a rare one. This is the soundtrack to the old Hot Wheels cartoon back in 1969. They made a whole soundtrack album for that. Here I have the soundtrack album from the old Groovy Ghoulies cartoon from 1970. This is a very old album called The Sounds of the Weirdos, which are those silly characters that you've heard me talk about before. They had an album back in the day. Now I'll just briefly scan through the rest of what I have for you right now. It's mostly sentimental stuff from favorite artists of mine through the years. The Archies, lots of Monkees, some Monkees solo stuff, Bay City Rollers, Waylon and Willie, and Elton John. And I saved the best for last. Here is a vinyl copy of Kiss's Dynasty album, which is signed by all four members, and it's from that night that I met them at the record store back in 1979. So, okay, I hope that answers your question. Thanks for sending it in. Remember, if any of you have any questions about myself, Maynard, my toy collection, or anything else, just message me on TikTok, and your question could appear on a future Mad Mark viewer mail video. Arriva Birdie.
Arriva Birdie.